William Money, a widower with 2 young children, was once a feared gunfighter. However, after marrying, he abandoned gunfighting, drinking, and other vices. His wife passed away from smallpox in 1878, and he has since struggled to support his family on their hog farm while striving to live according to the values he believes his late wife would have wanted. It is now 1880. In Big Whiskey, Wyoming, the town is under the arbitrary rule of Sheriff Little Bill Daggett. 2 cowboys, Davy and Mike, are spending their time off at a brothel owned by Skinny DuBois. When one of the women, Delilah, makes a comment that Mike takes as an insult, he attacks her with a knife, leaving her with facial scars. Skinny and the de facto Madam, Strawberry Alice, detain the cowboys until Little Bill arrives. The women demand that Davy and Mike be hanged, but Sheriff Little Bill decides that since they didn't actually kill Delilah, they should be horsewhipped instead. However, Skinny is more concerned about potential business losses due to Delilah's disfigurement. As a result, Little Bill rules that instead of being whipped, the men will have to give Skinny some horses. This decision infuriates the women even more. They later gather privately and pool their resources to offer a reward for the death of the 2 attackers. On his farm, we see Money struggling with sick hogs. It's evident he's not very skilled at hog farming, as he frequently falls into the mud while trying to catch a hog. During this, he receives a visit from a young man who introduces himself as the Schofield Kid. The kid, familiar with Money's reputation, asks for his help in killing Davy and Mike in exchange for half the reward money. Money declines, stating that since marrying his late wife, he no longer engages in such activities. However, after the kid leaves, Money resumes his clumsy hog farming and begins to reconsider. He sets a can on a tree stump and tries to shoot it with his pistol, missing every time. Money eventually goes inside and retrieves his shotgun, quickly blasting the can on his first shot. Back in Big Whiskey, Davy and Mike deliver the horses to Skinny. The women respond by throwing stones and horse manure at them. Mike remains unapologetic, but Davy seems genuinely remorseful about Delilah's injury. He explicitly tells Skinny that one of the horses is meant for Delilah and offers it to her, but the women only throw more manure. Realizing he needs assistance tracking down the cowboys, Money decides to reach out to his former partner, Ned Logan. He says farewell to his children, instructing them to contact Ned's common-law wife, Sally Two Trees, if they need anything. After several awkward attempts, he finally manages to mount his horse and rides to Ned's place. Sally, clearly sensing that Money's plans are doomed, silently glares at him throughout his visit. If looks could kill, not only Money and Ned, but the entire audience would be in danger. Nevertheless, the 2 men set off to pursue the kid, eventually capturing him and discovering that he is severely nearsighted and can't accurately aim at targets more than 50 yards away. The first to arrive in Big Whiskey in pursuit of the reward is a gray-haired Englishman known as English Bob. We meet him traveling on a train with his biographer, Beauchamp. With President Garfield having been shot, a real event from 1881 indicating that some time has passed since the attack on Delilah, Bob is lecturing his fellow passengers on the merits of monarchy over democracy, despite the Russian Tsar having also been assassinated earlier that year. Upon arriving in Big Whiskey, Little Bill catches Bob hiding the gun. He violently beats and kicks Bob until he's nearly unconscious, and then throws both Bob and Beauchamp in jail. Inside the jail, Little Bill exposes the exaggerations in the stories Bob has told Beauchamp about his exploits. Beauchamp soon shifts his allegiance, working as Little Bill's biographer rather than Bob's. Eventually, Little Bill sends Bob away on a train out of town. Money and his companions see the train carrying English Bob as they approach Big Whiskey. A heavy rainstorm begins, and by the time Money and his party arrive in town, Money is suffering from a fever. When they reach the saloon, Ned and the kid head upstairs to seek the services of the prostitutes, but Money, who has given up such activities, stays downstairs. Little Bill, seeing Money as just another out-of-towner after the reward, treats him harshly, beating and kicking him in a manner similar to his treatment of English Bob. Little Bill then throws Money out into the street and sends his deputies after Ned and the kid. Ned and the kid manage to escape through a window, get Money onto his horse, and ride out of town. Once outside, Ned helps Money recover with the assistance of some of the prostitutes. By the time Money has recovered, the rain has stopped and the ground is covered in snow. As time passes, the snow melts, indicating that Money's partners have been scouting their targets. In the following scene, Davy is with a group of cowboys, chasing a calf. A shot rings out, hitting Davy's horse, which falls and breaks Davy's leg, pinning him to the ground. The shot was fired by Ned, who now hesitates to finish Davy off, while the kid's vision isn't good enough to make the shot. Money steps in, firing several rounds until he finally hits Davy. As Davy is dying, he complains of thirst. Money calls out to the other cowboys to give Davy a drink and promises not to shoot, which they do, and Money keeps his word. Having had enough of killing, Ned decides to leave and return home, but is captured by Little Bill's men and is seen being interrogated. Meanwhile, men are assigned to protect Mike. Money and the kid wait outside the house where Mike and his guards are staying. When Mike comes out to use the outhouse, the kid waits until he's finished and then shoots him. However, the kid is overwhelmed by the reality of having killed someone, despite his previous boasts of having killed 5 men. He tells Money that he's done with killing, stating, "I'm not like you." Money tries to comfort him with whiskey, but doesn't help. One of the prostitutes arrives with the reward money and informs Money that Nan has been killed, revealing Money's identity in the process. Money tells the kid to take the reward money home, leave his and Ned's shares with Money's children, and use the rest to buy some good spectacles. Money then rides toward town, drinking whiskey from a bottle along the way. Outside the saloon, he sees Ned's body displayed upright in an open casket with a sign stating that this is the fate of assassins in this town. Money enters the saloon where most of the townspeople have gathered. He asks who owns the establishment, and when Skinny steps forward, Money instructs the men nearby to step aside and then shoots Skinny. Little Bill calls Money a coward for shooting an unarmed man, to which Money replies, "He should have armed himself. He's going to decorate his saloon with my friend." Money then instructs those near Little Bill to step back. His shotgun misfires, but he throws it at Little Bill, draws his pistol, and shoots him. He also takes down several other men who try to draw their guns. Some manage to fire before Money kills them. None of their shots hit him. Money then warns anyone who doesn't want to be killed to leave, and those who can manage to escape do so. He heads to the bar and pours himself more whiskey. Beecham, unable to leave due to a body lying on top of him, gives Money a nearby rifle, which Money loads. Beecham tries to engage Money in conversation about gunfighting, but Money's intimidating response sends him fleeing. Little Bill turns out to be still alive, but Money hears him cock his pistol and steps on his hand before he can fire. As Money aims his rifle at Little Bill, the latter laments that he doesn't deserve this. Money replies, "Deserves has nothing to do with it." Little Bill then says, "I'll see you in hell, William Money." Money simply responds, "Yeah," and shoots him. As Money walks toward the saloon door, he hears one of the men he previously shot moaning in pain and shoots him again. At the door, Money announces that he's coming out and will kill anyone he sees. He adds that if anyone shoots at him, he will not only kill the shooter, but also their wife, friends, and burn their house down. As he walks to his course, no one dares to shoot. Money mounts his horse, and as he rides past Ned's body, warns that if they don't bury Ned properly or if they harm the prostitutes, he'll return to kill every man in the town. As the credits roll, we learn that Money later moved to San Francisco with his children, where he prospered in dry goods. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.